Hi everyone, so I wanted to show you today this card, which I'm going to call a double sidestep pop-up card. Now I saw they'd called it a sidestep pop-up card on YouTube, and I'm trying to think who had done it, and I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, I've seen a few people do it, to be honest with you. But yeah, I started to make it and then thought, oh, I need to add that extra bit on there as well. So I end up adding extra on. So that's what we're doing today. This card was made using the Festive Luxe papers from Paper Addicts. And so yeah, and then I added a few little snowflakes I had left over from a previous year, from Trimcraft from previous Christmas, and then this was from Hobbycraft. So yeah, so let's get into it. Okay, so for this card you're going to need a base card that's 5 by 11. You're going to need another bit of base card that's 5 by 5.5, and another piece that is 3 by 8 inches. Okay, so all of these, I'm using dark green. I'm hoping you're going to be able to see my score lines on it. But I would use double-sided card. You want something that's a decent weight, really. You don't want anything too flimsy, but you don't want anything too thick either, because otherwise, because you've got quite a lot of layers here. This card that I used here was probably a 250. I reckon this card's probably about a 250, maybe a bit more, maybe a 280, not sure. But yeah, it's quite. I mean, you've got there's like 1, 2. You've got like 4, maybe 5 layers there, plus all your mats and patterns and whatever. So you have to bear that in mind, but you don't want anything too flimsy because it will just fall apart. So if we start with the back one, which is 5 by 11, if you bring your scoreboard in, so on your scoreboard you want to score along the long edge at 7 inches, 8 inches, 9 inches and 10 inches. Okay, so that's your long piece scored, so you can put that to one side. While we've got the scoreboard out, we'll do the other piece, which is the 3 by 8 inch. And on the 3 by 8 inch piece, you want to score at 4 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches and 7 inches. Okay, so that's all the scoring that you need to do. So once you've scored, you then just want to go ahead and fold and burnish all your score lines. So once you've done that, you should end up with that. Now what I would do is I would just literally take a 1/16 of an inch or an 1/8 of an inch, just literally a fraction off this edge. So the edge that you've got your all your score lines on both pieces, you just want to take a fraction off this edge. You'll see why in a minute. Okay, so literally that's literally what I've just taken off that short piece. So you can see how thin you're talking. The reason you need to do that is because when you come to put your card together, this is all going to fold around to make a cube. So when you lay it flat like that, that should be able to lay flat. But if you leave it as it was, then you will find probably that this is slightly longer than where that crease line is, and it won't lie flat. So we're going to go ahead now and I'm going to stick this down onto there, and the same with the other one. So we're going to put a bit of glue. You can use double-sided tape if you want to, but if you're going to use double-sided tape, make sure you use red tape because you want something strong. And you're just going to stick this down. So I'm going to put glue on that last bit there, and then I'm just going to fold this over like that. So I've got 2 pieces, and then fold the whole flap over like that, and then stick it down. And that will give you your little box. If you're using wet glue, then obviously just wait till it's fully dry before you start fiddling with it. We're going to do the same with this one. So we're going to fold over the first 2 sections, and then we're going to put a bit of glue or tape on that last section there. And then we're just going to fold that whole thing over like that and stick it down, so that you end up with a little box on the left hand side of your card. So I'm going to let that dry. Have a quick look at this one again, make sure that's all dry and stuck. Yeah, that looks dry and stuck to me. Okay, so you end up with 2 little pieces like that. So we're going to put this one to one side for now and just concentrate on this. You will need a matte piece. You're going to need a few matte pieces, but I'm going to go through as we stick them down. So this mat piece I've got here is 4 3/4 by 5 3/4, and it's going to go in the back there. And then you want a pattern piece that is 4.5 by 5.5, and that is going to go on top. So I'm going to go ahead and stick those down. Okay, so once you've stuck your mat and your pattern layer, that's what you should end up with. These papers are from the Arctic Wonder paper pad, the first edition pad. Beautiful pad. Okay, so we just need to put this to one side now. And we're going to bring in our other mat piece that was 5 by 5.5. And for this you need a mat piece that is 4 3/4 by 5 1/4, and a pattern piece which is 4.5 by 5 inches. And we're going to stick the pattern onto the mat and the mat onto the base. Okay, so once you've stuck your mat and pattern layer down, you want to bring your base back in again. And what we're going to do is this is just going to stick on top of this little box bit here. Okay, so that's going to be like that. So we're just going to put some glue or some tape on there. I'm actually going to use tape on this one, and I am going to use normal double-sided, which is a bit risky. Should probably really go red tape, but I'm going to go normal double-sided. And then we bring the pattern layer in, and we're going to marry it up with obviously that fold line there. So if you fold it down like that, because that's the edge of your card, and then you're going to marry it up with, I'm going to marry it up there and at the top there, and then that should end up being straight. And so then that's the side step pop-up card. So if you just want to do a side step pop-up card, that's pretty much your side step pop-up card. Obviously you can't really open it. If you put a crease down there, then you can open it, but yeah, it's just kind of the way it stands up. But I'm obviously going the next step. I'm doing the double side step. So we want to bring in the little piece that we did earlier, and we're going to turn it over, and we're going to put a mat and layer on there. In fact, we'll do that first before we stick it onto the card. So you need for this a mat piece that is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and a pattern piece that's 2.5 by 3.5. So I'm going to stick my pattern onto my mat and my mat onto the front of there. Okay, so we've stuck the mat and the pattern layer down on the front of that piece there. So we're going to bring the main card back in, and we're going to put tape on there, and then marry, if we squish this way like that, you're going to marry that bit up with the edge that's here, and you're just going to make sure that it's kind of level, or essential, top and bottom. Okay, so we're just going to do that now. So I'm going to I'm going to use glue for this, because I don't want that to come off the card, and I feel like with double-sided tape it might do. Okay, so we turn it over, work out where central is vertically, and then stick that down like that, and just hold it until it sticks. Okay, so the other thing as well you can do, and you don't have to do this, I did it on this one, was I added some little shiny strips there, and so I've done the same this time around. So I've got these 2 strips, so one's for there and one's for there, and these basically are your leftover pieces. If you use an A4 piece, these will be your leftover pieces when you cut your mats out. So the biggest one is 3/4 by 4 3/4, and this one is 3/4 by 2 3/4. So I'm going to go ahead and put some tape on those. If you want to, you could go ahead and also cut out a pattern piece as well for it, but I just decided that was going to be too narrow, So I have not done that, but if you wanted to, you could, or you could use washi tape down the middle or ribbon. There's all sorts of things you could use instead. And I'm just putting one bit of tape down the middle of it. Now obviously I've got a bit of a border, but that's fine. I don't mind that. The other thing as well that I thought about doing was embossing it and having an embossed piece down the side. So we're going to go ahead and stick that down. Okay, so that's how it folds flat, and this will fit into this basically the footprint is a 5x7, so it'll fit into an envelope for a 5x7. So if we just pop this up like that, that's basically your card. And then you just need to add something on the front. So I'm going to put a Merry Christmas, which is what I did on this one. I had a Merry Christmas. This one I also added some extra snowflakes, which you could do. You could basically do what you want. If you wanted to as well, you could maybe do well, yeah, you could do anything. You could do anything. Your imagination is the limit. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this Merry Christmas in the middle here, like that. And there's your card. And obviously you can zhuzh it up as much as you want. Mine keeps falling forward just because of my mat. It is a bit top heavy, like forward heavy, but it's not too bad because you've got this bit at the back. It will stand up. If you put it on a flat surface, it will actually stand up. So yeah, so there's the double side step pop-up card. I hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Leave a comment down below as well. And we will see you next time. Bye.